not sure what happened to Antonelli, Max. Looks like he just pulled over and let Norris through.
Let's have a little look. Kimi Antonelli and Lando Norris.
Yeah, he had a wobble. He had a wobble coming out of the previous corner at turn 9. That put him in a slightly odd position under braking. Watch. So we'll see. Watch when he comes out of this right-hander. There, the car stepped out of line. So then he's in the wrong position. He's on the wrong line. And he's then got on the dusty path. It's a consequence of what happened at turn 9.
Yeah.
He's entered turn 10 too tight in terms of the...
Right, so there's a lot of heat at the moment on Antonelli, and you've got to feel a bit sorry for him. I mean, like, what did he actually do wrong? That race yesterday was like the perfect race for me, apart from what happened at the very end with Antonelli. And, you know, the guy made one mistake, and Helmut Marko was suggesting to Verstappen that he let him through, which is just ridiculous. I mean, thankfully Red Bull have actually come out today and said, oh yeah, okay, so that was a mistake and clearly we were wrong, so sorry. But like, why even say it in the first place? That's my question. Anyway, so what does it mean? Well, it means that we've got a really exciting grand finale. It would have been slightly more exciting if Antonelli hadn't made that mistake right at the end. But, you know, come on. He had a brilliant race yesterday. And what a driver he's becoming now, actually. He's gone from making tons of rookie mistakes at the start of the season to actually really starting to show that he can compete at this level. And, you know, I don't think they're missing Lewis Hamilton for a second, are they, at Mercedes? I think they've made a good decision in Antonelli, and the guy's, you know, he's super young, so I think it's really exciting. I'm glad he's doing well. But, you know, the whole controversy, and I believe today that he was getting a lot of online abuse, which is just nuts. Why anybody takes anything online as anything other than just crackpots, basically, I don't know. But he felt the need to make like a black circle as his Twitter or his Instagram image rather than himself, which fair enough, you can do that. But so anyway, I feel sorry for Antonelli. I think he did nothing wrong. Yeah, I mean, the whole story really of yesterday should, and it is, I suppose, about McLaren and what McLaren just got awfully wrong. So if you think they were first and second or first and third, I think. Yeah, first and third. You know, if they'd have just followed everybody else on the pit stop strategy, unless something went wrong in the pit stop, you know, with this 25 lap mandatory tyre situation, they would have been just fine. So they made a mistake, and you know, the outcome was nearly about as bad as it could be for Norris coming fifth, which normally wouldn't be such a bad thing, but fifth these days, when everything's so tight, is obviously going to make it really interesting. But what it means is, going to the last race of the season, we have got some serious excitement, and I wouldn't bank against Max Verstappen pulling this one off. I feel sorry for Piastri. I think we should all feel a bit sorry for Piastri. You know, he followed the silly rules, the silly papaya rules for... I just think he's been really treated unfairly this season. I think most people probably do. And if I was him next season, I'd be saying a bit stronger that, you know, unless you let me do what I want to do, I'll be off, because I think he's a really talented driver. I think he's a better driver than Norris. So yeah, it's I think McLaren are their own worst enemy this season. They have been. I think that Verstappen is lucky to be where he is to some degree, but you can't really say it's luck. I mean, I think he's won 7 races, or maybe 8 races. 7 races, I think, this season. 7 or 8. And, you know, he was 104 points behind after Zandvoort. So the guy's doing exceptionally well. But I just thought I'd show that video at the beginning. Hopefully YouTube's not going to get mad with me for showing it. But you know, the guy made a mistake. So get off his back. Get off a teenager's back about a mistake. And when you see the mistakes that Norris made, Norris went off at some point. You know, these are guys with a lot more experience. I think Alonso span the car around at some point. Lance Stroll, in fairness to him, didn't manage to smash it into anything, so fair play to him for that. But yeah, I thought it was important just to put the record straight. Antonelli made a small mistake. It's nothing to do with him where Norris ends up in the championship. In fact, Norris should be grateful to Antonelli for smashing into Verstappen in Spielberg and losing Verstappen a ton of points there. So McLaren or Norris lovers, shall we say, are giving out to Antonelli, they just need to like check what few brain cells they've got and go, well, actually, what's Antonelli really done wrong? Nothing. So sorry when the Verstappen's followers are saying that, but anyway, it's all nonsense. What happened yesterday happened. I think it's made Formula 1 really exciting for the last race of the season. Slight 2021 vibes going on, which is interesting. I was on the other side of the fence in 21. I wanted Hamilton to win. I would love to see Verstappen come through this one and pull one out of the bag. Everyone loves an underdog. Who would have thought Verstappen would be an underdog? But this time he is. So we shall see what happens next week. The plot thickens.